What is going on, everybody? It is Dylan with Astrodfs, and in today's video, I'm going over Week 9's Monday Night Showdown between the Cardinals and Cowboys, and this one seems to be a good one. I think anytime you get a team like Dallas on a showdown, we're in for an interesting game because it's either, hey, Dallas is putting up some points or they're giving up some points, or both. So let's get into it. We got 3 players above 10K on this one. All Dallas players at that. You get Javonte, you get Dak, you get CD. Starting it off, I like CD. I truly do. I think this matchup benefits Pickens a little bit better than it does CD. Although I yet again, not trying to discredit CD in this one. I just like the matchup better for Pickens. I like the $2,000 less for it. It does mean I do like Dak as well. At 10-4, which is still pretty cheap for a quarterback on this slate. And man, the 2 games are really the outliers for Dak in this one. The 7.8 against Philly and the 8.6 against Denver. Both of those were away games. One was against one of the best defenses. The other one, I mean, we thought was going to be one of the best defenses, and they're kind of up and down. But I mean, I'll just throw this number out. I typically don't like doing this, but I mean, it's crazy. You can go and look at Dak's just historic numbers of home versus away splits, and it's a night and day difference. Dak is averaging 11 more DraftKings points a game at home. Granted, the sample size, you got 2 less home games played, but still, I mean, 2 less home games played. He's got the same amount of touchdowns, only 1 pick. So I do really like Dak in this matchup. I do like Javonte as well. I think Javonte has been an amazing piece for this Dallas offense. We saw Jaden Blue get a few more opportunities. Obviously, in this one, where they're down quite a bit, you're not going to see Javonte as much. But when you see games where the score is closer, Javonte is pretty much involved a lot, and he does get that receiving work as well. He's one of their top red zone threats as well. So at 10K, I really do like Javonte on this Dallas side. So I'm okay paying up for Dak on this one. I'm okay with paying up for Javonte. We did get news that they are starting Jacoby Brissett. So at 8,600, I think I don't want to say you have to, but it's pretty silly to not play Jacoby Brissett at his price point in this matchup. The 2 games we've gotten Jacoby Brissett 20.8 and 24.7. That's against an Indy defense and a Green Bay defense. Now we get a Dallas defense, so a really good matchup for him. Jacoby Brissett. I like Trey McBride here in this one, and the reason being is Dallas is down. Their safety position is pretty damn banged up. And Sanborn is also going to miss again for Dallas. So kind of that inside middle of the field. Trey McBride's one of the best red zone threats this season so far. Not just for Arizona, but the entire league. So at 9K, yes, I like getting Trey McBride to go with Jacoby Brissett. Mentioned George Pickens. I'm a huge Marvin Harrison Jr. fan. I truly am. I don't know if I love him enough on this one, right? And it's an amazing matchup. Anytime you get Dallas's defense, it's an amazing matchup. He just does not get the volume you need him to get. This is a wide receiver 1 team, and I'm not trying to discredit or badmouth any of these players, but their wide receiver room is Zay Jones, Michael Wilson, and Greg Dortch behind Marvin Harrison. So like, there's not a lot of really established, proven talent behind him. And he's just not getting the volume, right? He should be averaging 7 targets a game at least, the way this offense runs. So, I don't know if I'm in love with Marvin Harrison Jr. in this one. I think it's really good if you're playing multiple lineups to get Marvin Harrison. But if you're playing 1 or 2, I don't know if that's the route you go. I like the Trey McBride route, or I'm pairing him up with Zonovan Knight, Bam Knight, whatever you want to call him, and then going with a cheaper receiver in a Zay Jones or Michael Wilson. So like I said, I do like Marvin Harrison. I truly do. It's just I don't know if that's the best route that we go. This is the best matchup you can ask for Marvin Harrison. So yet again, if we don't see the success in this one, it is just is what it is. It really is. I don't know what else to say. Dallas ranks, I mean, last in so many stats to wide receivers, right? They're bad against the run. They're okay against tight ends. Really, really bad against quarterbacks. But Marvin Harrison Jr. just does not get wide receiver one volume. He truly doesn't. So maybe in this one, this is the one. But at his price point, right, for 600 more, I'd rather go to Trey McBride, who's been a more consistent piece, especially in the 2 games since Jacoby Brissett has taken over. 24 targets and 3 touchdowns in 2 games with Jacoby Brissett. I'd rather go the Trey McBride route on this one. But yeah, Jake Ferguson. I think Jake Ferguson's in a really good spot as well for Dallas. He is up there in price, but he is a top 5 fantasy producing tight end so far this season. If he gets a touchdown upside, it just makes him crash tremendously for this Dallas team. 8K is a steep price point, right? When you consider George Pickens is 8,800, like you're getting this. I'd rather Ferguson be about Zonovan Knight's price, but I understand. So you're going to have to make that tough decision when picking Dallas. You're not going to be able to afford Javonte, Dak, a receiver, and a tight end. You're going to have to mega punt the rest of the game, which I don't think is a good idea. So you're going to have to make that decision. Who are you fading? Are you fading Ferg? Are you fading Pickens? Are you fading Javonte? Are you fading Lamb? So Zonovan Knight, this one I will say, he was announced a starter. If he does get a majority of the carries, will be a good play. He's very cheap. But when going over this, I do not want you guys to be overly confident that he is going to get the RB1 work the entire game. It was kind of announced or talked about that they're going to go with the hot hand, it seems like. So Zonovan Knight is a starter, so that's good news. It's his kind of job to lose. But saying that, Michael Carter, Mancado, both those guys are going to be included. And if Zonovan Knight doesn't perform, it's not looking the best for you. So I do want to say just be careful when playing Knight and go like, hey, he's 7K. Why is he this cheap? That's why he's that cheap. Because he's not the bell cow workhorse running back for this team right now. He's starting, but that does not mean he's going to get the majority of the work. So just be cautious with that. I do think it's a good play. I do. Just be cautious. Don't be overly confident on it. I'm okay with getting exposure to both Carter and DeMoncardo if they're both active and in. So I'm okay with getting exposure to all 3 running backs if I'm doing 150 lineups. So going to the kickers, yes, this is a kicker beneficial game where you're having a Dallas team that should put up points. They're going to be at home. They've, been really solid all season. Brandon Aubrey's one of, if not the best kicker in the league. So I'm okay with paying for that $5,400 price tag to get cheaper for Dallas, because it's pretty hard to get cheap for Dallas. On Arizona side, same thing with Rylan. Last 2 weeks with Jacoby Brissett in, and they have lost. He's gotten 11 and 12 points. So at 5K, definitely is worth paying for in this one. And then, Zay Jones, Michael Wilson, they're the top 2 other wide receivers as far as a snap percentage for him. Greg Dortch is very, very low. At least he was in their last game. So Zay Jones, Michael Wilson, I'm fine with getting both of these guys. I do like Zay Jones quite a bit at 4K. I think he's worth a cheaper option for the Arizona team. Not really interested in a defense. Dallas's defense is just so banged up. I don't think they have enough pieces to really do it. And the Cardinals defense, they have pieces. It's just Dallas's defense or offense is just so damn good. I don't want to really bet against it. So for the cheaper plays, Flournoy at 2,800. It's going to be between him and Turpin, kind of filling in that wide receiver 3 role. I don't know where I passed him. Tolbert at 3,600. kind of getting out snap right now, which is concerning. So I prefer Flournoy or Turpin at 28 and 2,000 on this slate. And then, yeah, Michael Wilson, 3,200. Greg Dortch, you have to be careful with Greg Dortch. He's just not on the field a lot. He's good for one of these cheap, couple reception games, but I would not expect any large volume unless, Marvin Harrison or Michael Wilson, some of those guys go out. So we're not getting a lot of value. So let's see what we can cook up on this slate. So let's go. Let's go with Jacoby as captain just to see where it puts us at a salary perspective. Let's get a cheap Zay Jones to kind of build up, see where we're at. We're at 82, so it's still not good. I want to get Pickens. I want to get Dak. That leaves us with 69. Can we get a Javonte? We can, and we're left with 3,900. And then, man, I don't have Trey. So let's switch it because we could get someone cheaper. So let's get Trey McBride instead. And we're left with 4,900. And then we could go a Michael Wilson. So we could kind of switch up the captain. But we're at a 4-2 at that. So I want... So that's kind of tough. So what if we switch out Zay Jones for Michael Wilson, and then we could put Aubrey. So then we get Pickens, Dak, Aubrey, McBride, Wilson, Brissett, and I kind of like that. I do like that a little more. So yet again, thank you guys for tuning in. I am going to do a separate video and just see how it plays out going over the Week 9 main slate cash line. So if you guys are interested in that, check that one out, and I'll see you guys in the next one.